box. If you can see my screen, drop a 1, drop a 1. If you can see my screen, if you can see my screen, if you can see my screen, drop a 1. Ah, fantastic, super. All right, all right, all right. So now, my name is James Muridi, of course. I'm an highway design expert. I have been doing this for the last, we're getting to 4 years. Amazing, beautiful. So that's it. And interestingly, today also happens to be my birthday. And yeah, so it's like I'm here serving you people on my birthday. So you guys are super, super very important to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm getting old. I'm getting 47. So yeah, yeah. When you learn CAD, you don't grow. You don't grow old. So thank you. So the essence of this is we want to learn. I want you people, especially at your level, I want you people to know this is the main purpose of this session. I want you people to know how can I learn in a CAD very fast and effectively. And effectively, I mean you getting to an expert level. I have trained a lot of people, over 300 people, and some of them have been exceptional. Others have struggled. I have to be honest with that. And in analyzing all of these people, the biggest challenge was the mindset. What mindset are you approaching this in? In essence, it means that we have a specific way that we can get to approach learning so that we actually maintain those specific skills. I started this, I didn't have structure. I didn't know how exactly to do it. I struggled a lot. But as I was engaging with more people, as I was teaching people, as I was also researching on how best can I to an expert level. Because genuinely, you have to have a great obsession, uh, a great obsession to winning, an obsession to being the best in everything you do. So the essence of this is anytime that you're learning, whatever, Civil 3D, Revit, AutoCAD, uh, whatever software that you want to learn, the first thing that you start with is the obsession and the confirmation that, you know, and affirmation that you want to get to the top level. That is the key thing. That's the number one thing. So you're not just doing to see whether this path is gonna take me someplace. You're not doing this just because James said you should do, but the essence is to get at top level. So let's dive in. And in this case, I want to know something. Why do most of us struggle to master CAD skills? Why do most of us struggle? Why? Why? Why do most of us struggle? I want to hear from two people. If you have tried, I want to know, why did you struggle? What do you think was your biggest challenge? Why? Why did you struggle? What specific areas did you get to struggle in? I want to know. I just want to hear from three people. Also, we can use the chat box. I know Baron is here. Oh, yeah. So Elvis is saying one of the things is inconsistency. That is one thing that I have been struggling with. Let me get to here. Someone can be speaking as also we chat, because this session is tailored to address your needs. This session is not tailored for me to come and say, to tell you things. This session is tailored to cater to your specific needs, the areas that you struggle with, as we practice. Stephen, great to see you from Nigeria. That's a super good graphic designer there. So yeah. Let me get to see who else. I'm looking in the chat box. What are the things that we are struggling with? I want someone to tell me your problem. Yes, please. Hello, someone is speaking.
Yes, may I start?
Yes, please proceed.
I think my challenge is aligned with the question that I had previously asked, because this card, they can really do a lot of things, but we need to know what are the key areas that the employers, what do the employers want you to do in those card skills?
Amazing. Somebody is saying mentor. Okay, great, great. The other person is saying what employers are looking for. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Looking for. I'm actually writing them down so that I can be able to answer them at the end of the session. The other person, Infinix X6517, is saying understanding the basics. I know that you people are also young, so when you join meetings, please rename your device to have your official names, because now if you're calling yourself Infinix becomes a little weird. The other one is mentorship. Victor says is the fear of unknown. All right. Let's drop these things in the chat box. I'm going to address each and everyone. So I want you to drop them because these are problems that you find that they cut across most of us. There was inconsistency. Let me see the other person. Oh, there was someone who was saying happy birthday. How do you struggle? Inconsistency. There was also structure, right? Let me get to see the other person. Lack of a mentor. That is under mentorship. Not having a clear purpose. Absolutely. Geoffrey Pakoto, I know you. I know you. You are from Uganda, if I'm not wrong. So, clear purpose, right? Great. I like this. I like this. Lack of a mentor, Geoffrey Okun. Geoffrey Okun, I know you from LinkedIn. Great to see you. Okay. Cecilia is saying she feels like there is no progress since there is no progress. Great, great, fantastic. So please keep dropping them in the chat box. I'll be addressing them. I'll be responding to them at a personal level. And what you people are writing is basically the same things that I was also struggling with, and that most of us also struggle with. All right. There is someone else who is talking about laptops. All right. Okay. These are called technical specifications for the laptops that you may probably need. Great. So keep dropping them, keep dropping them, keep dropping them. Let's keep them relevant. I want to see your problems. I want to see your challenges so that also we can make these as personal as possible, because this is about you. This is not about me. So that's why this question, I'm not going to answer it. I'm not going to answer it because this was for you to answer. And then I proceed. As we proceed with the session, I'll be able to answer most of these questions. And those that I will not have answered, I will look at them specifically. Why? This session is basically meant to answer those questions, to be a light for you, to be a guide, to show you the things that are actually working for others so that you can be able to implement them in your own lives. So about me, your guest speaker, James Muridi, of course, dynamic leader, all of that, trained all of these people. So it's nothing. This is not about me. But just before I go, I have created a brand that's called Ronsab Engineering Design. And this is basically meant to mentor you people. You are the main people that we are focusing on, to mentor you, to give you training, to give you a taste of what the employers are looking for, to give you a taste of how you can prepare yourself for the marketplace, because you are the people who are carrying the future of the industry, the future of the workforce, the future of many things. So this Ronsab thing is technically for you people, and I'll be sharing more about it and as we proceed. So this is not very important for now, but I want to tell you the story of an uncertain road. And in this case, we are going back to where do you start? Where do you start? So by talking about where you start, is you start where you are now. So you are there. This is your first time starting CAD design, your first time trying to learn this. You're there also. You are in campus. You are there. You are working. You just got into your first job. You're there. You're in your internship. You are there. You are a surveyor. You are there. You are an engineer. You are there. You are a quantity surveyor. You are there, you've done a diploma, you've done a degree, you've gone to a technical school, you've done masonry, you've done whatever that you've done. Those are the people that I'm talking to. Those are the people that I'm speaking to today. And what I'm going to share with you today is just a confirmation and an affirmation that you can technically start from wherever you are. The biggest killer of our dreams, our ability to learn, our ability to progress, our ability to develop our skills is low self-esteem. So the moment you doubt yourself, the moment you feel like you're not enough, the moment you feel like you're not fit, right? The moment you have a lot of fear of the unknown, it means that you don't believe in yourself. So when you think in such a way, your mind retriangulates and reprograms you to make sure that you don't learn, to make sure and bring to reality that, it tries to confirm to you that you are not good enough to do that. So self-esteem, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as someone who can actually get to learn and become good? All right. Then again, someone asked, how do I choose which path do I want to follow? Especially for most of us who are in engineering school, and we have quite a number of things that are with us. Number one is we have structures, we have roads, we have water, we have all of these electives that you get to choose. So here is to a little story. When I was growing up, I think I had a very short childhood memory. I was growing up in the village in Meru County, in a place called Kadanene. So we used to fetch water from a nearby stream. And when we were over the weekend, I've always been amongst people. We could always meet with other children, and we go to play in the stream. And one of the things that we used to do is to build mud bridges, building bridges to cross over those tributaries. If you've been in a local stream, you see all of those things. And interestingly, this is one of the key memories that I have of my childhood. Also, looking at our local roads in the village, they were terrible. I think I had not traveled on a tarmacked road until when I went to high school, literally. The whole of our village was very, how do I say? I went to a primary school in the village, just next to our homestead. It was accessible. So I didn't have a lot of favor to probably travel a lot. Also, my parents are basically just average parents, just normal, you see those people when you are filling bursary forms and you are help, you are writing your parents as a peasant farmer. So technically, basically that. And I know most of us relate with us, went to the village school. And so this is the only childhood memory I had. I didn't know tarmac, I didn't know there's Kenha, I didn't know all of those things. We used to see them in the movies one time, and that's it. So when I went to high school, I didn't even remember these things. I was in the midlife, I was in the adolescence age, a lot of stuff. And then I went to campus. So when I went to campus, I came to Nairobi. I'm an alumni of the Technical University of Kenya, one of the super universities. I went there, and when my life in campus was super gloomy, genuinely, I didn't do anything in campus. I literally was just going to school and just coming back. Considering also I had applied for the University of Nairobi. because that is what we hear. That's where we hear that there is a lot of degrees, best engineers, best product, best university. And I was very dissatisfied in my heart when I was called at Technical University of Kenya. I felt like, no, I've been cheated. I actually tried to transfer my university, and it did not go through. And then again, I did my KCSE, and then when I was being admitted to engineering school, there was the engineers strike due to accreditation issues with the Engineers Board of Kenya. So this was a very moment of desperation. It really disoriented me when it comes to my campus life. I didn't know, I didn't have life, I didn't enjoy, I didn't love that school. I was just going there to get my exams done, attend my classes and leave. I literally didn't have a lot of a lot of social life. I was not interacting with a lot of people. I just end a clique. We call it in our local language bogie. I end a bogie of 3 people, 4 people, yeah. And then in this case also, I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have access to one. And when I got there, I get and a laptop. And then when I had a laptop, it was time to watch movies, just like most of us do. I was not interested in CAD. I didn't even know that the future could. I didn't actually know whether I could be very good in CAD. I didn't. When people were telling me, I think there was my friends, they used to talk about Civil 3D, they used to talk about AutoCAD and Revit. And I was like, damn, man, what's that? And then, because I didn't have interest, I used to avoid those conversations. So at the end of the day, when I was around that year for beer, I didn't have any skill. I didn't have any network. I didn't have anyone. Generally, I was just existing. There was no mentor. There was nothing. So my life was just gloomy and boring. There was nothing that was happening. And then again, this reality came to hit me when I was looking for my attachment after school. So these people who end relationships, people who end mentors, people who are already in the industry that they were looking for, they were getting these attachments really quick and fast, really quick and fast. When now it was time to go for attachments and internships, and I know that is the reality. If you've been there, if if you're yet to be there, you will meet this reality. It becomes difficult. That's when you come to realize, God damn it, I didn't have nothing. I don't have anything. I don't have anyone. I don't have people that I can actually ask for help. And that is what I'm saying, a snail's marathon. So I was running all over and nowhere, but doing nothing and going nowhere. So it was this point that I met a lady by the name Florence Uhuru, and I told her on LinkedIn, because that's when I created my LinkedIn and decided, yo, come on, I really need to look for these people. And she was working with Kenha, and I was like, she could be having a hint. It was the very first person that I DM'd on LinkedIn. And when I told her about my story, I'm like, oh, I want to do attachment. And then he referred to me. I didn't know even there is something like, okay, I knew there is Kenha, but I didn't know even there is other office other than the headquarters. And the stories that we were hearing from a lot of people is, if you need to go to headquarters, if you want to go to Kenha, Hura, and all of these organizations, then you need to have a godfather who is going to recommend you, who is going to give you connections and all of that. So it was really confusing for me, for most of us. I didn't know what to say. And that's why I approached her. And when she referred me, there are field offices, you can go there. And then, yeah, that's when I went. So when I went there, I didn't have a skill. It was super boring. It was super boring. And that's when I talk of the snails marathon. I didn't have anything to do. I didn't have anything actually to offer in that place. Yes, I got the attachment, but I was there. I was there, and that's why I come to you here about the painful state of affairs that we have. So the reality for us, and the reality that we have is, number one, very few people, or actually nobody, cares uh, about the other person. That is something that is missing a lot in this era, in this generation. So you have to think about yourself. Number two, there is a discontinuity between education and practice. So you find that the syllabuses that we are using, they are very important. They have a lot of good information. But now in the application part, like for example, you people, let me use road design because that's what I know I'm very good at. Very, very, very good. So you find that, for example, when you're in your second year, or your third year thereabout, you read about geometric road design. You read a lot of theory. You read a lot calculating the length of curves. You calculate about the radius that you need. You call it first lane, second lane. You're going to draw the cross section of a road on a piece of paper. And then the exam comes and you are told to give the functions or the importance of a road shoulder. I'm just using this example, but it's the same. It cuts across for people who are even in mechanical, who are in whatever industry or the different spaces that we have in engineering. So there's that big discontinuity. So you find that there is geometric road design that you're being taught in class. These are principles that are true. They are scientific principles. But now there is no one is telling you that we use Civil 3D to apply these lessons on geometric design to do this. Same thing when you're doing structures. Uh, you find that also you're being told calculate the loading, do the detailing like this. But now they forget that there is the beauty of knowing how to calculate these things manually, right? But again, you cannot design a whole 10-story building using your hand. So there is a better way that we can use Revit. We can use, Procon. We can use ETAP. We can use ProStructure to do the analysis. So yes, there is the knowledge on books, how to calculate, how you arrive at those things. Also, when you go to mechanical engineering, when we go to electrical, you will draw all those lines, you'll do all those circuits. But now, where is the world at the moment? So whatever those things that you design beams and you calculate manually, they are very good to get the basics. But where is the world? How are we applying this in real world? So when we are designing these architectures, we are using ArchiCAD. For structural engineers, we are using Revit, we are using ETABS, we are using ProStructure, we are using Procon, right? So there is that discontinuity, and that is what we are here to offer. So also the best practice industries, you don't get them. So are attachments worth it? Attachments and internships. This is where, my brothers and sisters, this is where you have the best opportunity in the world to learn the best industry practices. How do you get to do that? So when we talk of attachments, I really like using my example because that's what I can explain. So when I went at Kenha offices at Corridor C, there are people who are in JQuad, Juja, all of that. That is where I started. And when I went there, I didn't know anything. Genuinely, I only had been to the lab. I had a lot of lab materials here and there, and that was good enough. I was at TRD. But now, when you go now to the site, the work that you can actually get to do is minimal. So what were we doing? So we used to go to the attachment, sit on the bench, take some coffee and tea, sit there, and then we skive and leave. That was what most people were doing. But as the attachment was moving, I realized that, oh God, this attachment is coming to an end and I've done nothing. So that is when I started looking for gaps, and I was looking for what can I do other than just coming here and going home. So I approached some very nice engineer. He was very, very good, and people were really talking good things about him. And he was in road geometric design. And when I interacted with him, I told him, hey, engineer, I've been here for the last 1 month, and I basically think that I'm not doing anything. I've been told that you're very good in road design, and I thought I could help or learn from you, and then we can get to do something. And boom, that was it. That was it. He told me, oh, really? Yeah. And he told me, okay, fine, come with your laptop this day. And then that was it. So what I'm saying is, in your attachments, in your internships, look for someone. You can always point someone. Look for someone who you see they are very committed. Look at their body language. Look at their behavior. They are very friendly. They look super, they look super, super elegant. They look like they are really up to something. These are the people, there's a common trait that happens with people who have mastery. So there is that, there is that elegance and excellence that you see in them. Approach those people. You have to be bold enough. And that is where you get to learn. That is how you get mentorship. So, for example, this engineer is called engineer Godwin Misheni. You can check him on LinkedIn. He's not very active there, but he's really loaded. And from then, I didn't ask him to be my mentor. And now we go to the next part. Once you get to approach these people, you really need to be a man and a woman who keeps their word. You have to show personal initiative. You really have to do it at an excellent level. So if you told him I'm here to learn, then you must learn that. So that is basically what mentorship and how you get to approach these people. And there is now this other thing, the holes that we dug, and in the holes that we dug is about us being so wishful. We are very, very, very wishful, but we don't do anything about it. So, for example, we all fancy those double caps that engineers use branded reflectors, look great on them. The corporates, we want a basic salary of 200,000 plus. I know you all guys are fantasizing about that in your groups. But now there's the reality. What you experience is you cannot get those people, those things without skills, without something that you have to offer. So the idea is we need to shift our mindset from what can we get from these jobs, from these organizations, from these people, and shift it to now what can we offer. So when we are going for our internships, when we are doing this, and think about yourself in the dimension of what can I offer? Even when you are working at a job now, I know most of us could be working. Think in the dimension of what can I offer? Not what you're getting from these people. Look, like for example, I want to give a very basic example. Like today here, I will be out here celebrating, having merry, getting some shots here and there, rolling with them stories and all of that. But I'm here because I want to offer value to the people that I serve. And then by offering value to these people, that is how value comes back to you. So, for example, if you're currently in an internship and you're really looking at, for example, I looked at that space. People were complaining that they don't want to. They were complaining that learning CAD and Civil 3D and road design was very difficult. It was taking a lot of time. They were forgetting things, and then I saw that as a gap. How about I become the red thread on a garment that makes the garment attractive? Okay, so when you people are going for internships, you're just there to sit and have stories and go back. No, look for things that are not happening in that space, and then engage with professionals who are there. Get to know what's the challenge, what's the biggest challenge, and the beauty of us as young professionals. That's where now I'm going into CAD is for us young members, we are very tech savvy. We can learn really quick, right? It means that is now our space, and this is a space that is in every sector. If you are in mechanical, if you are in electrical, if you are in biomedical, if you are in civil, if you are in structures, if you are in whatever field, the technology space is super, I think I call it a fertile field. So your idea is, and this is the most positive thing, is use your internship or attachment as your platform. You know, we give attachments and platforms just because you are a student. Everyone is going to, you know, to feel not sorry, but the sympathy of you being a student, and they will offer you that. Then how can you take advantage of that? Same thing for the people who are employed. You are already employed. A lot of the people that we are working with, they are very old school. They are genuinely, like for example in our office you see the people, the age gap is there is 30, there is the people who are around 50, and then there is people who are around 30, and then there is us, and then there is people who are below us. So you find that people who are in their 40s and 50s, these are professionals who are very seasoned, senior engineers, all of that. They don't have time. They don't have time. They have family, they have business, meetings, all of that. They don't have time. But you now, you have time and resource, energy. So when you come with technology, you become a hotcake. Everyone wants you close to them. Look, was very easy. You know the pedestrian barriers that you see along Thika Road, all of that. I started learning that AutoCAD, just drawing a piece of grill. You know, this is a metal, connecting it, just giving them a picture of that, and they think you're very valuable. So that is how you find a way to be valuable. And then that started from that. Then they told me we want a gate. And then I did a gate. Then they told me they want a fence. Then I did a fence. Then they told me they want an overhead tank. Then I went on Google. I went on YouTube, learned that, and then did a tank. And then these people were seeing value. And when these people see value, they keep now asking more from you. The more they ask from you, the more you look for to deliver to that. And in that case, you are building your value as you go up and up and up. So these wishful thinkings of, you know, a basic salary, you want to go there, get paid, you get to corporate, you must offer value. Change your mindset from gaining value, gaining the salary, gaining the recognition, and then, you know, overturn that into giving value to these people. So that is the reality out here. If, for example, you came to my place and you told me, now, James, I'm very good. I know how to do this. I can do, you know, a pavement structure. You tell me that you can do, for example, I'm doing a lot of design, and you tell me I can do a billboard for you. I can design the whole billboard, do the analysis. I'm like, yo, man, yeah. I don't really need to waste a lot of time doing that. You know, you can do it for me? Really? All right, fine. Get it. You know? And that is how you become my friend. So you don't have to ask me to be your friend. Yeah? You become my friend by adding value to what I'm doing. So for most of us who are, I know most of us could be doing for the internship and that. I'm specifically speaking to students now. It is what value can you offer? And look, I offer very simplistic lessons there. It's as simple as that. You just need to have the basic. And then when you offer that value and your work is, I look at some designs that I did when I was starting and they are terrible. I'm even ashamed to look at them in the file. But you know, those things gave me a lot of self-esteem, a lot of self-confidence. And I felt that I could do more. I could do more. I was asking for more assignments. I was asking for more tasks. I don't care how terrible they are. And then I'm very open to feedback. I was like, yo, okay, I did this. What do you think? Is it good enough? You know, is it bad enough? Mm-hmm. And then most of us, when you're given a feedback, you don't work it. You know, you don't work on it. And that is the biggest problem. So you take your feedback and then you sit with it, and then you assume that James is toxic. James doesn't even like my work. James is harsh. And you know what? That person is not losing anything. You're the one who is losing. You're the one who is not learning. So how do we learn CAD so that we actually learn? So this is where I was preparing you on how to approach the different scenarios that you'll find yourself in. And now I want us to specifically talk about how to learn so that you actually learn the CAD. So the first thing that I want to talk about is there is a very simple acronym that I use here, which is called FAST. So I will be very slow at this specific point so that you can get to internalize. Please, this will shift your mindset completely on how you learn. Even for the people I know, there are people who are here who have been in my programs. If you've been struggling, there are people who are here who would want to join the next program. If you're struggling, this right here is the secret for you. So what does fast mean? The first F means forget. So in forgetting, what do I mean that you should forget? By forgetting, I mean that you need, number one, to forget your limitation. So someone who was saying that they don't know whether they feel they are very good. Uh, Fear, forget the fear of like, how about I do a terrible one? How about I do this and that? So you need to forget. Number two, you need to forget all the previous information that you've earned. Most of us sit down and they are like, oh, look here, man. My friend was showing me some AutoCAD stuff last year. And no, what James is doing is not, I know, that's different. Yo, bro, look here. If you actually want to learn something, you need to forget. You cannot learn that which you think you know. You cannot learn that something that you think you already know. This is a mindset shift for creative vision. So it's like you assume that you know how to swim. If you assume you know how to swim, then you cannot know how to swim. You cannot learn how to swim because you're not going to practice. You are not going to get into the river, into the water. It's as simple as that. Number two, you need to forget your limitations. Look here. Some people say I was not very good in maths. I was not very good in mechanics of materials. I was not very good in structures. I was not. Leave that alone. Give that, throw it away. Forget all the past failures that you've had. Forget all the limitations that you had. Forget all those negative informations that you've had about CAD. Me, James Moridi, I'm here to tell you what you should do and what will get you there. So if someone told you that CAD is difficult, CAD is this, CAD is this, CAD is this, CAD is this, forget it today. Format that. Forget all the previous limitations. Have a beginner mind. A beginner mind is a mind that is very open to learn, that is open to be guided, that is open to be, to be shown the way. That is the first thing. It means you need to open up your mind. So when you're going to start with Revit, when you're going to start with map, when you're going to start with Civil 3D, when you're going to start with AutoCAD, if you've done it before or not, forget. Format that. Don't try to cross-reference to the old information that you have. Forget it. Force your mind to say that, this is a fresh platter. Then the second thing is being so inactive. It means we are living in an information era at the moment. And in this information era, we are having a lot of information from left, right, and center. Right now, there's information in the chat box, there's information on LinkedIn, there's information on TikTok, there's information in WhatsApp. You are in a 1 million group. You are in Facebook where people are dropping, people are posting cows, people are posting everything. You have a lot of information that is bombarding you. The education system has taught us to be very passive. In passive, I mean you need just to sit down, listen, regurgitate that, and then vomit it back on a piece of paper, get an A, and leave. And then you are an excellent student. You have a first class honor. Oh my goodness. That is the biggest tragedy that we have. So we are focusing on swallowing a lot of information in a passive way. We store it somewhere and then we give it back just like it came. And that is the biggest struggle that I've seen also in the most of the trainings that I've done. So you want, when I tell you click here, click here, click here, click here, click here, you will be very okay in clicking. You click, you click, you click, you click. But the moment I change the project, the moment I change the rephrasing of the statement on how you should have done it, you are done. It's over for you. You struggle. So the essence of this is you need to adopt something called creation. So your perspective when you're listening to my lessons, when you're listening to any lessons in CAD, when you're listening to, whatever, think of it in the sense of how about I'm the one who is creating? If I'm the one who is designing, you need to put your vision into the shoes of the person who is actually doing it. The other thing that is destroying us is, for example, if you go on TikTok, if you go on these things, you watch as a passive consumer. You are just a consumer. So you are watching a video so that you laugh. Actually, most of us even don't laugh. You are watching at something very funny and you think your brain is laughing, and then even you don't make your facials, you just proceed. It's dampening your mind. It's making you a super boring consumer. It's making you, a passive consumer. I genuinely don't watch short videos. I don't do that. I don't. I don't watch those random things, because it is setting you to be a consumer. So the essence for you to learn, you need to shift your mindset into, a creator. So I'm learning this lesson from James that he shared on his LinkedIn so that I can actually create something that looks the same. I'm watching this video on YouTube so that I can create something the same or create something that I can customize according to my specific needs. And that is the biggest problem, number one. So you are watching videos on YouTube and you are watching them like a movie. A movie, we just remember that scene, that guy killed and all of that, and then we are done. All right. So that's it. The other thing is the status. So in status is the current mood and emotion. So just like what I mentioned about TikTok, we watch TikTok videos, we watch the short videos on YouTube when we are emotionless. We don't have any emotions, right? We are just watching them just for the sake of watching. We are feeding our eyes and our brain. So we are not even enthusiastic. We are not even interested. And what I'm talking about this is information plus emotion is equal to long-term memory. Please write this down. Information plus emotion is equal to long-term memory. So in long-term memory, I mean the moment that you are watching a tutorial, an educational video, you need to infuse the emotion of, I want to learn this and become good at it. You want to imagine yourself actually doing it. You need to think of yourself actually designing that big building, designing that road. Don't just be someone who is detached from reality. You don't even imagine yourself as a creator. And for example, when I was training my people here, we were saying that in vertical alignment, I want them to imagine themselves driving on that road, right? How would you feel? That's how you visualize the user comfort. How can I be able to visualize and actually put emotion in my learning? So the moment you put emotion, look here, why do you remember your most memorable date? Why do you remember the time that you probably escorted your mom to the airport? Why do you remember the first time you met your first love? It's because there is emotion and there is information. All right, there is mood, there is an emotion to it, and this thing sticks in your mind until the day you will actually die. So it's the same thing when you're learning CAD, when you're learning how to design roads, you need to have the emotion of you being deeply into that. Then there's teach. The T means teach. So in teaching, learn it like you will teach it to someone else. It's as simple as that. So what are you doing today, knowing how to you know to design a bearing, to do a bearing in 3D modeling? So do it like you would want to teach someone else. And people say that when mtiaji, that is a Swahili name of saying, you're doing show off or something like that. But the moment you learn something with the intention of probably showing someone else, it means you're going to master it. You learn two times. You learn for yourself, and then you learn for the next person. That is why you're told if you cannot say something to a 2-year kid, a 2-year-old kid, you are not saying nothing. You're not saying anything. So it is important for you anytime that you're learning these videos, you're doing this, learn them with the perspective of, I am going to teach it to my friend, and I am going to teach it to, my classmate. I am going to do a short presentation to my team. And in that sense, your brain will not want to fail itself. You know the embarrassment that happens when you're going to do a presentation and then your brain snaps, But since you prepared yourself, you're like, I'm doing this so that I can show James that I got this, man. Yeah. Your brain uses more energy. Your brain is very receptive to doing the right thing, to help you remember, to help you, get the nitty-gritties. You rewatch the same video over and over again. You write notes. This is what I'm going. Let me tell you a truth. In all my sessions, I write notes. Even in this session, I have my script with me here. Why? Because I was preparing so that I can come and teach you. I show you. So that is the essence of all of this. And that is a key thing that I wanted us to always remember. Please remember, forget all the limitations, the low self-esteem, the previous knowledge, all of that. Then active, become a super creator, get involved, get to do the work, practice the videos, practice everything. And then after that, you need to infuse emotion. See yourself as a very good design engineer. See yourself as an architect. See yourself as a mechanical engineer who is designing those solid, all of those, doing the assemblies, all of that. See yourself in that shoe. Infuse it with emotion. Then after that, learn it then. Look how these things is very arranged. You forget past, you become a creator, and then after becoming a creator, you become very emotional. You infuse it with your emotion of expertise and excellence. You see yourself how you're getting a job, you're getting, employed, you're getting paid for this job, whatever your motivation is. And then you learn it like a teacher, you learn it like an expert, because I want to show it to the next person. So that is why even in our training programs, we have what we call deep cubes. So deep cubes are basically a group of 5 to 10 people that you can teach each other. So I'm teaching you, I'm showing you this is what you need to do. So if you don't have a team, use that team. Teach them, record short videos for them. When they say they're having challenges, show them. You are teaching them. The moment you teach, you become very good at it. I have some men, I know they are here, like Baron from South Africa. He has been exceptional. He is learning. Why? Why? Because he was teaching others how to do what they could not do. So when people are asking questions, you take it up as your own responsibility to go and teach them. So that's it. The fast, forget, active, status, and teach. All right. So let us go to this one. Leveraging personality and your network. So this is a team of surveyors that I was working with. They are my very good friends. The four of them are interns. I think they are here. The gentleman holding a piece of paper is a surveyor, and it was a surveyor who was teaching me to do survey when I was also very fresh in the industry. So in these cases, you build rare and valuable. So I'm talking about leveraging your personality and your network. So I'm very good. I'm very good. I'm very intuitive. I'm creative. I try to think things and try to create them. And in that case, I have rare and valuable skills. So after that, there is passion. So most people say that, this is not my passion. Stop with that. Stop with it. You have passion, yes, but whatever your passion is probably is not available for now. So because you have an offer to go in a construction site where there's construction of houses, and then but your passion is in roads, and then you get this opportunity. So are you going to sit at home waiting for the other opportunity? No, man, you can't do that. You can't do that. So it's about being very crafty in your skill, knowing when to attack and how to go about it. Very good. And then there's the feedback loop. I'm going to talk about this. You must accept feedback, however harsh, however bad it is. I know it's not harsh. It's people don't like the truth. If you're not gotten to the level, so I really need to tell you, look, you did not do this good, but you can do this. You can watch this video, you can do this, and you'll be very good. So feedback is very important when you're learning your CAD. Look for a mentor. People are talking about lacking a person to guide them, a person to show them. I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm here, man. Come on, come on. Yeah, all right. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm creating a super great Telegram group. Is Wesley here? I don't know whether he is here, but I will share the link so that we can join there, all of us. And then in that group, I share videos. If you get to do that, you can send in your work. I create some time, 1-2 minutes to get to review your work and give you feedback on that. So when you implement the feedback, you build what is called the muscle memory. So muscle memory is it develops when you do the same boring things, because these things are sometimes boring. I have to tell you the truth. You have to do the same boring stuff, the same over and over again. Then your mind is going to pick them up. When your mind picks them up, then you will look like automation. Yeah. So when you're here, when you're here, you're practicing, you're doing the thing. I'm telling you, no. Razoa, you have to do this that way. Stop catching feelings. Even if you catch feelings, you're not going to hurt me. I'm not going to feel bad. That is the essence. Your mentors are not going to feel bad because you caught feelings. They are not. They have told you the truth, and the truth will set you free. The truth has set everyone free. So my truth is, if you're not done it well, I will tell you, you need to do it this way for it to be good. So we need to be and sometimes feedback means uh, accepting something, accepting correction on something that you thought is very good. My perspective will be very different from your perspective. You look at it, you see, this is super. Oh, come on, this is super. And then when I look at it, I will see the mistakes. When a person who is higher than me, who has a higher level of mastery than me, when they look at mine also, they may spot some changes. When it's a way of moving up, it's a way, it's a chain. So you need to appreciate the fact that I have tried to do this, but I can do better from this feedback that is given. So it is only through that you can be able to build your muscle memory. So when you're given feedback, if you want to feel bad, okay, you think everyone will be sorry for you. Nobody will be sorry for you. I'm telling you genuinely what it is. If you ask me a question and I tell you this is not, if I do my assessment and I know this is not good, I will tell you this is not good. And then it's up to you. If you want to feel bad, fine. If you want to implement it and be good, then it's a plus for both of us, because I'll be proud of you, right? I'll be very proud of you because I knew you made a positive increment. So we need to be very receptive to feedback. And then let us go to the next thing. And this is the big thing. So, what are the traits that build a compelling career, both in CAD, both in any field that you are in? So, look here. There was someone who was saying that. Let me look at the feedback I had written. I don't know if there are some more because I want to look at them before I get to these. So Patrick says they didn't have a clear path. All right. And then the next person is saying, oh, likewise. All right. LOH, please enlighten us on the best laptops. Yeah, okay. I'll take care of that later. Then some practical training, right? That's great. Lack of practical training after the basics. Fear of coming across lacking, hence not practicing. Oh, this is fear. This fear again. I'm seeing a lot of fear. So many CAD applications that you don't know which to master. That is Ian. So many CAD applications. Right. Okay. Great. Discipline, Victor. Discipline. Oh my, this is it. Yeah, this is good. This is super. I like this level of honesty. Engineer Jules, kindly suggest an alternative to Civil 3D since some operating systems cannot support it. Are you saying you're using OS, iOS or something, Mac? Right, fine. I'll give you options on that, alternatives. Right. If you have any challenge that you practical knowledge and passion, practical knowledge, of course, I'm going to cover that here. Right. Value. What do you mean value? What do you mean value? Oh, yeah. Or you are reiterating that you need to offer value. Yes, absolutely. What can I offer? This should be the most absolutely. Think about what are you offering. Stop. You cannot be always the one who is getting. How entitled are you? Yeah, you get paid, you get no. You need to give value, man. Open to learn value. Okay, Melanie, information plus emotion is even long-term memory, super. Commitment, yes, I am here, James. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to share it right here. Can you share? Yeah. Let me see. Thanks so much, James, for the session thus far. Azanihi, and I have learned a lot from the session. Super. Challenges in getting applications to some other. All right. All right. Getting the software. All right. Mm-hmm. Wes, you can get to share the PDF on how most of the students can get the entire suit. I think I'm the one who prepared it. All right, okay. Revit software, possibly you can share via email. Patrick, no worries. In Coursera certification authentic, what are some of the sites we can learn these skills? Sites. Okay. Sites. I'm going to talk. If I'm not sure where I want to specialize, especially in civil 3D field, do I need to learn all the software? All right. Okay. So great. That's super. I think I've been able to cover most of the questions that have come here. And let me start with the traits first. So this is what I was saying. There is structure. There is structure in building. There is structure in building anything valuable and compelling. If someone is building, I want you people to think yourselves in this dimension. You want to build a shop. You want to build a high value shop. How can you do that? Do you think you just go and start, putting sugar, maize, onions, everything? No, you can't. You need to have a plan. And this is the same thing when it comes to learning CAD, my brothers and sisters. You really need to have a plan. And this right here in front of your screen here, this is the ultimate trait that you need to build. Number one, definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose. So when I talk of definiteness of purpose is, my brothers and sisters, if at any point you feel like you are doing Civil 3D because of James, stop. Don't do it. I know I can influence you, but it should come from you. So what exactly do you want? What exactly do you want to achieve? So, like, for example, for me, when I started, I wanted to be an expert highway designer, right? Was my purpose. That is exactly what I envisioned. That is what was in my mind. And in this case, I was spending every minute of my lifetime looking at what softwares are highway design engineers using, right? What softwares can what books should I read? What videos? How do they see cross sections? How do you know? It's that definiteness of purpose. And in this case, I'm not influencing or pushing you people to learn Civil 3D. I am saying you need to have a very definite purpose. I'm in mechanical. I need to know how to do, I want to do map. I don't have a lot of knowledge on that specific area, but you need to do specifically. You need to research. You need to research. You need to gather information. So you need to have a definiteness of purpose. So, like for example, for my case, I knew that I wanted to become an highway design engineer. All right. After practicing here and there, learning, and then it was fancy, it was beautiful, it was great. Creating things on a laptop and then they become actual, then they get implemented. I'm like, that was super enlightening. That was happy, right? It made me happy. It made me feel great. It made me feel like I've achieved a lot. So that was my definiteness of purpose. And I want to remind you that it may not be very deep like mine, but as you proceed, it will get to be better and better and better. Then the second thing that I want us to talk is something called a positive mental attitude. PMA. My brothers and sisters, if you're always thinking about yourself negatively, if you're always thinking about others in a negative way, the universe is not going to work for you. I'm promising you that. That's why you're saying, this guy doesn't have a vibe. That guy is boring. That guy is a blainer. That guy is super negative. That guy, that guy doesn't have vibe. So I want you people to be thinking positive about yourself. When you have a positive mental attitude, when you think great things about yourself, when you think about positive things, becoming actually one of the best engineers. I was actually researching on who is the best engineer in Kenya. Tell me, but you're thinking positively about yourself. You are affirming that you're capable and you're strong. You can influence your mind by thinking positive about yourself. Me, I don't think about myself as a loser. I'm a ruthless winner, and that is in whatever endeavor that I'm going at. I make sure that I win. I win. I win. Like I'm addicted to win. I'm obsessed to that. If I'm doing something, I want to get to the top level. I'm seeing myself worth and capable of doing that. All right. So that is a positive mental attitude in that respect. So you need to think about yourself in a very positive way. The second thing is creative vision. You need to be super, super, super creative. Find little ways of doing things. Find little ways of doing things in a fancy way. And even in the people that I've been training, I've been calling them, I've been telling them, put a personal touch. Put a personal touch in everything you do. Show me, hey James, you're so boring with your yellow hair. I look super great in red. I can do this better in red. I can do, it's your little things, it's your personality influence everything. Like, for example, the biggest brand in this training, everyone else can do training, but it is my personality. It is my personality that I'm giving to you. It's my unique way of doing things that makes me outstanding. So if, for example, someone gives me a job, I don't first think about how others have done it. No, I do my first draft from my mind, how I think I can do it. And then after that, then that is when I can compare with others. Why? I don't kill my creative element. So I prioritize myself. I prioritize my way of thinking. So if it's in Civil 3D, you've given me a project to design a road. Yes, I know there are basics that must be learned, but now when it comes to, the colors, the style, and all of that, I want to do it in a unique way, in my own way. Then the other thing is a mastermind alliance. My brothers and sisters, you will never succeed alone. You will never, you will never, you will never succeed alone. I've never seen an army of a one man. You can say I'm a one man strategy. You can never succeed alone. That is why I was saying learn as if you're going to teach someone. So these things are interconnected. If you don't do that, then it will become, you don't have someone to discuss with. You don't have someone to share their perspective with. So you're just boring yourself in your little world, and you'll just be a boring loser. It's as simple as that. You'll just be a boring loser. Because even when you're doing the wrong things, nobody is telling you you're doing the wrong thing. So you're just there, just doing nothing, doing a lot of wrong things when there is no one that is actually showing you. So build a mastermind alliance. We call it bogey or your squad. Get 2, 3 people, do things together, make it a mission. Like, for example, I'm also not doing this alone. That's why you can see I'm talking about Wes, Glaciers, Baron, Tony. These are my men. I can't do this alone. So you cannot do it alone. Then there is controlled attention by brothers and sisters. And this is where we were talking about softwares. Let me start now responding to your question. Sorry about my papers. We were talking about there was about so many kind applications. There is uh, mm, different sites and all of that. Great. So here is the secret. There is the products from Autodesk. They are superior. They are industry recognized, and that would be a very, very good way to start. That would be a superb place to start. So what am I offering? If you are in raw design, Civil 3D is superior. I'm telling you, it's super. It's very good enough for you to start. Then I know there are a lot of CAD softwares, and a lot of people think that when they are seen doing 1,001 softwares, they will be recognized and they will be, the masters. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. You need to be so good at one thing. You become very, very, very good at one thing. And then everyone else will think that you're actually good in everything. I normally say, become so good they can't ignore you. And that is what is called controlled attention. In controlled attention is you fix your focus, your time, your commitment. You concentrate your forces in one specific item, one specific field, one specific realm of practice, and then you become so good that they can't ignore you. Don't be cheated that you'll be very good in this. I know there is the aspect where one software has to work with another one and then work with another one for you to deliver an wholesome project. Don't focus on that for now. If, for example, you're starting in building, I would advise start with Revit. Learn Revit slowly with a lot of focus. Concentrate on that. If you're starting on raw design, concentrate on Civil 3D. Focus on it. Give it your attention and time. Internalize, master it, learn it like you're going to teach someone else. Infuse it with emotion, infuse it with enthusiasm. I know you people can see my enthusiasm even in my post. When you just read my post, you feel the enthusiasm. It's not fake. It's not something that I write because I want to write. It's something that is deep inside me. It's something that, I infused my skill with my emotion to be very good, and then with the emotion to impact people, with the emotion, to be a top level performer, with the emotion to help others learn. You get it? I don't know whether you get it. That is what we call controlled attention and enthusiasm. Then when we talk of applied faith, you need to believe that you can actually get to be good at this. You need to believe that this single thing that you're learning now will be your breakthrough. So when you think in that perspective, when you have a definiteness of purpose, when you have a positive mental attitude, you're thinking positively about yourself, when you have, a group of people, a mastermind alliance, a team of your friends that you're committed in this, then you control your emotion and attention to that one single thing. With faith, fear disappears. Fear will go away. Fear comes because you are doubting yourself. Fear comes because you don't believe in yourself. Fear comes in because you are not even enthusiastic. You're not even confident to tell people that you're learning this. I actually started saying I'm very good in Symbol 3D when I was terrible, when I was just knowing how to do lines. And I moved on, I moved on, I moved on, I moved on for quite a number of years. Yeah. Doing this one terrible design, getting harsh feedback, work on it, get terrible feedback. I remember one of the worst feedback is I was designing a boss culvert and I sent it to headquarters and it came with a whole list of mistakes, a memo that has almost 10 mistakes. And my boss was like, who did this? And I was like, it's me. Hey, that guy was boiling hot. I felt bad. I felt terrible. But that night I did not sleep because I said tomorrow morning I'm not waking up an embarrassed man. So I went spent the whole night, learning, integrating that, and boom, the next day when you came to the office in the morning, I had the design printed. I was like, yeah, engineer, here you go. I was looking at each mistake, working on it, crossing it off, working it, crossing it off, going to YouTube, searching how do I fix dimensions. I watch that video, take notes, apply to my lesson, all of that. By the time I went to in the morning, I end my design perfectly done. So you need also to show that. You need to show personal initiative. You need to, you need to do things on your own. You really need to show us that you can actually do things on your own. So, for example, the men that you've heard me talking about, everyone has an equal chance of joining my team. I'm genuinely saying that with you here. Everyone has an equal chance of joining my team, coming to the side of winners. What do you need to do? You need to show these traits: definiteness of purpose. You need to know how to work with a group, a mastermind alliance. You need to know how to show controlled attention. When I give you a task, it's not when I give you a task, it's when you know you wanted to go to see your whoever. It is when your software has crashed. It is when you don't have power. It is when you are called to do. No, you cannot be like that. Yeah. When I'm talking to you, I cannot feel even enthusiasm. Yeah. You don't have even an attractive personality. You don't know how to make people, comfortable around you. Yeah. And then if you get to master that, then these are the 4 stages that you're going to go through. These are the 4. Once you have the traits, once you know the approach, once you know what you need to do, then these are the 4 stages that you must go through. These ones you must go through. My brothers and sisters, I am emphasizing you must go through these 4 stages. You must and you must and you must, and you must. And I'm emphasizing on that because most people think that they can cheat their way up. That's a lie. That's a super, 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 super terrible lie. You cannot cheat your way up. You must be able to do the thing. You must go through this process. So the very first step into mastery. And what do we call mastery in the first place? Who would want to tell us what is mastery? I would want to know what is mastery. In this case, I'm saying mastery of CAD, mastery of anything, anything, anything. I want to hear. What do you think is mastery? You can box. If you're in a position to speak, you can get to say hi. What do you think is mastery is? Yes, yes, Joy. You don't need to raise. You don't need permission to speak. Just speak. Just tell us. Yeah.
Okay, I believe mastery lies with the how you can do something to perfection, the standard you deliver. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Let me get to know someone else what they think mastery is.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes. Uh-huh.
Yes, a mastery is to have a proficient knowledge in something, maybe a skills or service.
Okay, okay. So great. So let me just summarize. Those are good answers. So mastery is the feeling that we have a greater command of reality, of our craft, of our profession, and ourselves. So when we talk of a skill, a mastery, just like the example that you people have given is it is about us. It is about you first. You must conquer yourself for you to conquer anything. So you must conquer yourself first, uh, and then after conquering yourself, then that is when you have a greater command on reality. So, for example, for me, I can say I have a command on Civil 3D. You can say you have a command in using TikTok. You have a command in using the Microsoft Word. So that is just what we mean by expertise. So the first thing is we talk of novice level. So at novice level is where there is unconscious incompetence. So this is where you are very ignorant. We all start there. It's a land of unknown. That is why we are having a lot of fear around it. You are unaware of your problems, and sometimes you don't even recognize the importance of improving them. So you're like, so why should I even learn civil 3D? Why am I even, you know, you know why am I doing this? Why? Right? So that's the first thing. Then the second thing, the second stage is where there is now you are at advanced beginner. So you are aware of, you are aware of your weakness. You are aware that you don't get this, and that is where most of us get very frustrated. So once you are aware that you are incompetent, then you become your low self-esteem now starts killing you. And in that case, then you go back to novice. You don't want now to push against that. And that's the most frustrating phase. And this is where you need mentors, you need emotional support, you need your mastermind alliance, you need to have faith that you can actually get to be good at it. And then once you overcome that, then you go to the conscious competence. This is where learning now comes in. You're like, oh my, yeah, I got to know that. So I can do the next one. 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 So that is where now you are on an upward spiral. You are on upward spiral of learning. You are enjoying learning the next thing. Then when you become an expert, is you are unconscious competent. So people are the ones who even tell you, hey, by the way, you're good. You're getting good at that. 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 Right? So that is how you get to be very, very super. And then when you are now a master, you are one class, you just do things very smoothly and in an easy way. So that was basically all this. I know I've taken a little too much of your time, but yeah, here we are. Thank you for your patience. And that is how you get to do this. So these are the application of CAD design. So for road design, I highly recommend Civil 3D. There is also open roads. There is also it's called MicroStation One. I just forgot it. There is Civil 3D, InfraWorks, and then Open Roads by Bentley. Those are three, but I highly recommend that you start with Civil 3D. That is what is mostly used by most professionals in Kenya. So if your target market is in Kenya, Civil 3D is superb for that case. Then once you master Civil 3D, you can get to InfraWorks. Then you can try other versions. There are quite a number, but Civil 3D is superior. It's standard. It's used by most people in our country, but also you can research if you're coming from a different country. Then on Revit, structures, Revit is super. It's great. It's great. You can use Revit. Of course, it's used with other softwares. And then there is AutoCAD. AutoCAD is superior for any drafting work. You can use it in any field. Basically, any field, you're going to use that. You can also search Autodesk. Go to autodesk.com. You will see all those softwares that they have there, and they will be good enough to, to get you started. If you're a student, there is a free version. I'm going to post that one on our group tomorrow, so that on my LinkedIn, so that you can be able to see it. And then there is, of course, plugins and all of that. There is Civil 3D tour. So unfortunately, we will not be able to do this because I don't see like we have a lot of time. But it's simply very, very, very basic. Structure is worthy to continue. Yes, proceed, but pair it up with Revit. There's a gentleman called Titus Monene on LinkedIn. You can search him, and also you get to get information. Also, we can get to interact on LinkedIn if you probably don't follow me, if we are not, probably we don't have a mutual connection. We can get to we can get to have a great way to interact with you. You can get to connect with me. Let me get to share my LinkedIn. If you of course, I know you will want to learn a lot, so you can get to do that. And just before that, we are summing it up. We are summarizing this, please. Just be patient, just a little patient, so that I can share the two links that I wanted you to yeah, there you go. So you can check me out on LinkedIn. That's that. Oh, I sent this to a specific person. Everyone, let me send it here. That's great. You can get to see that. And then also on my Telegram channel, let me send it right now for you. Let me send it now. There you go. So those are the two links that we will be using. I'm putting up a very proper channel, so that we can get to learn together. So you can get to join, you can get to hit me up. Yeah. Brian, there you go, Hilda. Yo. Get to move, Yeah. So thank you. Let me enter this one on mentorship. That group will be good enough. I'll be sharing a lot of information there. But also you can look for someone. Just inbox people on LinkedIn. I look, you're very good on this one, and I really like to learn this from you. And that's how you get to become to get a mentor. Also in this group, I will be writing on how to get then there is understanding basics. If you've already understood the basics, I would recommend you join our program. So the other one is understanding basics. Fear of unknown, I've covered that. Inconsistency, I think for me, what I used to do is I used just to do 1 hour per day. It was my ritual. I must do that. I must do it. And this is self-discipline, my brothers. You when you already know you have a definiteness of purpose and you know what you want to achieve, it becomes super easy to keep yourself on toes. Sometimes also you get to push yourself. Sometimes you even push myself to go to work. My body doesn't want to go to work, man. But I remember that I will get fired. I will not get paid. I will lose everything I have probably, and then I have to do. So sometimes I feel like I should not post on LinkedIn, but I remember I'm serving you people. I remember I think about you people. I think about my mission, what I wanted to do. And that actually reinstates my self-discipline, reinstates my energy, reinstates my power, reinstates my commitment. So that's it. The laptop specs that we need to do, I know Wes is best suited to answer this, but I know due to the interest of time, is if you have a RAM between 4 to 8 GB should be good, and disk of 500. For basic design should be good enough. There is an HP laptop that I was using, on when I was starting. It was a HP 840 high, ones that rotates. Yeah, superior laptop. It's actually superior. It was worth like 22,000 Kenyan shilling, and it served me for a whole while. It's actually my first way to learn. So thank you. Thank you. You can get to use that. And then on a clear path, when you have definiteness of purpose, it becomes very easy. Everything else follows through. And then after that, practical knowledge, that's what I offer. You can check out what I do. I'm also thinking on the on the Telegram channel now, I'll be giving a lot of data. I'm creating a repository where we have a lot of survey data, we have designs, we have all of that we can be able to access. So many kind of applications I've told you, controlled attention, focus on one specific one. Civil 3D, you want to be enrolled, do Civil 3D over and over again, and you'll be very good at it. That's it. What employers are looking for value. So anytime you go to any space, look at the issues that you're seeing, and then look at how can I offer value. Then, as I've said, in Kenya, most of the softwares are Autodesk. That is the standard that most people use. And then the Pro Structure, and those things. So you can be very good to, you can be good to go. If also you are struggling with a few issues, with your self-leadership, you can join Rapid Leaders Africa. They are the main sponsors of our event. And it's great, man. You can get to transform your life right there. And Roboto structures is super. It's super. Pair it up with, pair it up with Revit. I told you about areas where you find that there are softwares that need to work with another one. So especially in the field of structures. And I recommend that you get to join. There is someone by the name Titus Munene. He's doing trainings on Revit. He's also my friend. He was also my schoolmate, and he's doing super. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll continue this conversation. We can also organize another one now where I can introduce you to Civil 3D. We get to do an interface tour with you people just for like 45 minutes, and then we proceed with Swensida. No, I don't have a course on that. My focus, also controlled attention. My focus is on Civil 3D for now, but I can refer you. So if you have that, you can hit me up on DMs on LinkedIn, and you'll be able to converse. So thank you so much. It was an honor to be with you. I've taken much of your time, but I'm sure that you've invested this time and it will pay off. So thank you. I wish you a very good night. I'll see you around, and blessings. So James, you can take it up. James, are you here with us? All right, thank you, Hilda. Let me engage with people who are here. I'm also thinking of a campus tour. I don't know I'm thinking of a campus tour where we'll be targeting the campus students only at a very subsidized rate. My courses are at around 7,500, very affordable. But also we are thinking of a rate that is, subsidized for Meru, to Meru University. Yes, I'm from Meru. So we were thinking of all the university students. We can have a crash program for 14 days that is gonna get you started. And I don't know, what do you think would be the fair rate? 14 days for you people to just be with me, and I will be showing you on exactly how to get started with Civil 3D. And yeah, because that is my area of specialty. I don't want to promise you something that I cannot do. So my area of specialty, where my focus is on Civil 3D. Also, you can check out Lapid Leaders Africa on LinkedIn. Great to build your leadership skills. If you want to be a very strong leader like James here, James is also an alumni. Hi, you're from Zimbabwe. Good to see you, Ramai. Oh, great. I have Nathaniel from Zimbabwe. Very good, top friend of mine. Yeah, great to see you. Great to see you. When can we have that training? On training, I think James will also organize on that so that we can get to have a very good organization on that. Yeah. So thank you. I don't know where. So Rapid Leaders is basically a leadership training. It's a leadership training. For young leaders. God bless you. God bless you, Mark Felix. You can tell us about Lapid Leaders Africa. I know most of us here would want to develop their leadership skills, and these ones are online sessions. So I am a product of Lapid Leaders Africa, and that is a top-notch leadership training university. It's basically a university. So, Mark Felix, you can get to tell us about Lapid Leaders Africa as we get to adjourn the meeting. Mark Felix, are you in a position to speak? Please take it up.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you're all doing fine. First is to say happy birthday, Mzee. Secondly, it was nice listening to you. And having known you for some times, I can tell for sure it means a lot to be in your position, and it means some development. At first, I heard some people saying that they have no mentors to make them run the CAD. At times, you find that it starts with you yourself as a person to get a mentorship. No one will come to you and tell you that I want to mentor you. It's your initiative as Mark Felix, as James, as Henry, as Anne, to take the initiative of to get a mentor. We'll talk about a nice organization that we call Happy Leaders Africa. This is a non-profit organization, and mostly it deals with the youths, mostly in campus and immediate graduates. We develop leaders to ignite their progress. I am sure if James have not been told how to do a presentation, maybe he might be struggling. But due to Rapid, he was trained how to make a presentation, use of storytelling. I was listening to his story telling us about how he grew in Meru and the roads, how the roads were so bad. It was so relatable to what he does because he's a road engineer. He used the story to tell you about what you want to listen to. James is a reader. He is an outspoken leader because he have been modeled. He have been mentored. He is not there. He is not in his position because at all he was able to make it to by himself. He was modeled by somebody, and that's what Rapid does. We coach someone towards being the better self. You might feel that you're at a crossroad and you want to rediscover yourself and have clarity of what you want to do. That's what Rapid is meant to do to you. It have met so many people. They have made them the people who are there today, and he has celebrated. Seeing James as a product of Rapid Leaders Africa tells you that it's a world program. You can consider learning more about Rapid Leaders Africa. go search our website, rapidleaders.africa. It will give you insights. We have 3 programs, that is Read Self. In the Read Self, we are mostly trained that if you are a reader, you cannot be able to read the world or to read the marketplace. If yourself, you cannot be able to read yourself. So this program of Read Self aims to build your self-awareness through an intentional journey of self-discovery. You are assigned to a coach where you explore what you want to drive. This enables you to have a clear sense of who you are, clarity of your vision, and purpose. It helps you build a sense of identity as an African change maker. Because when you have the self identity, when you can read yourself, there is nothing else you can be able not to read. Then you go to read market. Mostly this one is help you sharpen your skills in the job readiness, build your personal brand. I'm sure all of you envy James and what he does because he have branded himself. He is a person, he is a brand. That's why all of you can come at this hour and listen to him. He also help you in networks. You will get to meet so many people in the marketplace, interact with them, and how they do things and all that. You also have career coaches. Be trained on how to do LinkedIn, how you can pop up in LinkedIn, how you can be good in interviews, among others. Well, the last program on that cohort is Read Africa, and this mostly it's for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. It helps to build, discover purpose, network, and build relationship with business leaders and coaches who will guide you through your business even long after you complete your structured class. Here, we talk about growing Africa as a leaders in terms of business wise. And they will be guided in all the dynamics to lead business and to lead Africa at large. Welcome to Rapid Leaders Africa. You can follow us on our social media. We are having the next recruitment in 1.5 weeks' time. You can join our program and be able to build yourself, build your clarity, build your network, build yourself as a leader. We will be happy to host you, and thank you. My name is Mark Felix Kagiri. I'm an alumni of Rapid Leaders Africa, also an alumni of Dendan Kimathi University, currently in the marketplace, and I'm a realtor by profession. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark Felix, for all those great things that you've shared about Rapid Leaders Africa. And to your, if you're really interested in that, you can just text this number right away. If you will get more information, you will get more information on leadership, because also learning requires a lot of leadership, a lot of self-discipline, and it will be very great. And also the beauty of this is you will also have me as your as also your guide, your mentor, your coach, all of that. Will also be with you in this journey. So it's a journey. It's a journey that I've genuinely, for me, I've enjoyed a lot, and I think also you can get to enjoy the same. So I'm going to drop the number right here: 2547 06 829 247. So that is Rapid Leaders Africa number. You can always get to call it anytime. Actually, text now with the name James. Text now with the name James, and I will be able to respond to you tomorrow. I'll let the team know that you will be there. Text the name James. And this is not, if you don't, you want a lover, when you want a lover, when you want to become a super leader, and I will be able to respond to that. So James Karanja, you can take it up. I will communicate on the subsidized. I was actually thinking of randomly 4,000. I think I even texted there for all the students who would want to pursue this. And then I will tailor-made the course to take care of your needs. So thank you. I wish you a fantastic night and God's blessing. So please make sure you text that number right away, save it, and then I'll respond to you tomorrow. Thank you.